Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome to the July 2023 energy interpretation that I have been doing for the last 3 years. And I'm excited to tap into these energies with you, give you some interpretations of what is coming up. I'm Casey Aileen Knight of Joy Evolution and Luminous Evolution, and I am here for the wayshowers, the light leaders, the luminaries to really support themselves through the process of just dissolving the density and being able to really shine your own light, your soul light, restoring the divine human template that's already in you and forgetting about all that stuff that's not you so you can be who you actually are. Why? Because we have work to do. We have work to do together. It's co-creative work to support humanity. And over the last 3 years that I've been doing these energy interpretations, like the themes have been consistent because we're always spiraling through these different themes and the energies have just been increasing in intensity. There is more light coming to the planet than ever before. And when I say light, I mean like cosmic light, cosmic radiation, information, divine love. It's coming through the planet, like from the cosmos, through us into the earth, but it's also being emitted now from the earth and also from the hearts of all of the people that are already stepping into that luminous path and they're sharing their light. So things have never been so intense. At least not for millennia on this planet. So I pull in a little bit of astrology. We're going to also go through an elemental reading and talk about some of the themes. And you might be like, yes, what else is new? There's polarization. There is a bifurcation or a splitting of people's experiences on this planet, and it just keeps getting bigger. The intensity keeps being heightened. So you're like, Casey, what else is new? It's like, well, this is our trajectory now as we're accelerating, as we are evolving faster and faster, more light, more data, more information to process. We are not going to be slowing down anytime soon, but what will happen is we get to practice being clearer vessels for the energy to flow through us so that we can, I don't want to say handle it, actually start to use it to our advantage. The more light that's coming through from the cosmos, the more people remember who the heck they are, the less separate we feel from each other and from the whole universe. It's a return to the frequency of home, of divine connection, of divine love, of the truth of who we are, right? A lot of us remember these frequencies and they feel really, really good. The more light that's coming through to the planet, the more information, cosmic radiation that we get, the more I feel like, oh yeah, this is my vibe. Because Earth for a long time has been very slow and dense and felt very separate because we've been playing in scarcity, survival, separation, and that has never really felt good to me. Many of the wayshowers and luminaries and healers and teachers and leaders, you have the same kind of energy where the faster it flows, the more you feel at home. The only thing is our bodies, we've gotten used to the density, and there's a lot of pockets of density that have been stored inside of us that kind of impede the flow of energy and information. And when that flow is impeded, it does not feel good, and it actually can be very destructive to us emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, like on every level and layer. So as I was tuning into the energy of July and feeling the light flowing in, the very first image I received was of that cosmic light coming down through the crown, along the spine, down into the earth. But it was not a full human that I was seeing. It was a skeleton with muscles around it. And I was told, it's all very like a synesthesia for me, like I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it, I'm hearing it when I'm tuning into these multidimensional energies. It was that the structural systems of the body are really, really key and essential for us right now to be able to hold the amount of light that's coming through. So basically, the bones and the musculature and the fascia are going to be systems that we get to support in July. So this has been coming in for a little while for me and some people that I know as well, and it's just been building. But more importantly than ever, we have to be physically strong enough to handle the intensity. So we can't leave our body behind. That's a game that I played back in like 2020. I left my body behind and I just went purely into the mental, emotional, spiritual realms, and my body suffered because of it. So this return to cohesion and wholeness that's essential for us at this time to be able to stay here on this planet and do the work that we're here to do means we need to focus on having that clear channel flowing through, building up muscles. I'm talking about your heart, your lungs as well, like your entire cardiovascular system, but your physical strength, like your pipes, your legs, your back muscles, your entire muscular system is going to need to be fortified to hold so much light. And I'm just being shown by spirit, like what happens if you don't? If we don't have the capacity to hold that much light, they're being dramatic, but it's like that light flowing through. First off, if it can't flow all the way through us, it's going to start to build up in us and like make us really like honestly unstable, twitchy, anxious, crazy. Like we like mentally unwell because it can short circuit our system, or like all of the systems can be literally short circuited, almost like they're getting electrocuted, fried. You know, it's not a good scene. So sorry, they're showing me a lot. And usually I get these before, but they're like tuning in and showing me all of this now. So if we don't have the strength and the clarity to hold it, it's like they're showing me people that just like pop apart, and they're saying it's not going to happen physically, but it will happen energetically and emotionally to the point that the body and the mind just can't take it. So it's like not to place any fear upon you at all. If you are here, you have the capacity to handle this. If you are listening to this, it's just about you showing up for yourself and listening to your body and making the time, or rather, how I prefer to say it, creating the time to focus on that flow and on your own self as well. The stronger you feel, the better you will feel handling the energetic flow. And on a personal note, I was tuning into this upcoming wave a little while ago, and I'm going like, I don't think strength training is optional anymore. I think it's absolute, like I was kind of riding without going back, into the gym or working out with body weights or whatever. And then I was like, I feel like I actually really need this right now to like actually pick up and put down heavy things, and the consequences of doing it have been so much faster than they have been in the past, which has led the upward spiral. Like I can feel myself getting stronger, getting healthier, getting more balanced energetically, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of it. Our heightened consequences for our actions that are happening because everything is so accelerated means that you're going to see results more quickly than you would have in the past, right? This speed, this acceleration means that you get to be rewarded for the good things you're doing for yourself. You will feel it more keenly, but on the flip side, the polarity, the spectrum of it, it means if you are doing things that are not in your highest and best good, that are out of integrity with what you know you need, the consequences are going to be felt more keenly and more quickly. So, in a way, that's kind of awesome because you're not going to be able to let it slide the same way like you could in the past, like I have in the past, right? The consequences are going to be illuminated more quickly for us. So focusing on that physical body, your physical strength to the degree that you're able, because everybody's body is different. You may not be able to go to the gym. You might need to be focusing on recovery and rest and healing and physiotherapy. The invitation is for you to really tune in to what your body needs right now and in every moment, basically, and be like, hey, body, what do you need? How can I support you? Body, what do you require? And then actually showing up for yourself at a level beyond what you've showed up for yourself in the past, and noticing the strength will amplify your capacity to do everything else. There's this other theme that's coming in relating to structures and systems. And it's partly the energetics and the foundation for what you want to create coming up in the future here, as well as right now. And this is basically tuning into setting the foundations in place for what has been coming through for you in terms of dreams and visions and goals. I don't always get into the astrology, but Pluto has been in Aquarius for just a little bit after many, many years, like hundreds of years of being in Capricorn. Pluto moving into Aquarius gave many people, and let me know if this was you, these visions and dreams of what you're supposed to be doing next, what to create, seeing that higher picture and what was possible with that visionary capacity that Aquarius has. And Pluto's retrograding for the next while into Capricorn again. And the full moon in Capricorn is coming up just on the 3rd of July if we're looking at the tropical system, which is what I work in typically. And all of this is sharing that we are now being invited to create the systems and structures and foundations and strength to hold the visionary pieces that have been coming in through that Pluto and Aquarius, plus what might have come in through you at the solstice. So you have a dream, you have a goal, you've got this vision, whether it's for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your relationships, or for the whole planet. And it's time now to put into place deeper foundations, rhythms, routines, structures, systems, the steps that need to happen before the big acceleration can occur, before the big dreams are even possible. And for some of us that really like to go fast, or they want to build and they remember they come from a place where you could think and then so it was. It's like it feels almost like when you're building a foundation, you're almost like going backwards. You're slowing down so much because you're literally digging the foundation. So it feels almost like you're going down, but the foundation is the key to stability. So we're looking at this again in the body, in to hold the energy, but also what do we need in our lives? Is it more rhythm? Is it more flow? Is it more routine? Is it more structure? Is it more support? Everybody's going to have a bit of a different thing. If you run a business, this is also an invitation to create the systems and structures that free up time. And that's what's also coming through and has been for a little while. So this is coming a bit through from June that I'm seeing for myself, for many clients, for many friends, from the world at large. It is this desire for more free time. It is this desire for more time to just freaking be and not in the doing, which is amazing. Where our life is not designed for this typically. Our old reality, the old paradigm was very much do, so that you can be and have and then finally get a break. We have been working for a few years to actually flip that entirely upside down. Be first, beingness first, and then the doing gets to flow from that place to create what we want to create. And so we are really learning to embody that need for beingness first, which means the doing, when we do it from the place of being, if you're following me, will happen more easily and more quickly. But we actually need more time and space to actually be, to just receive, sitting in meditation, contemplation, or just being outside, being with friends, doing less work and being in presence. And then from that place of presence, doing the work. So this is the new way, the new paradigm. We need to cultivate more of that time for presence to just be without always being constantly in motion, in creation. and harmonizing the balance that we require. The new moon in Cancer later in the month, around the 17th of June, is also really profound for the new beginnings of this harmony. Cancer, being so great with relationships and home life. And Cancer is this watery sign that wants to move slowly. So it brings a deeper focus on that presence and also that divine love and connection comes. And if we cultivate that inside of ourselves, it's going to be reflected outside. So it's as within, so without. So this full moon in Capricorn coming up right away is an opportunity to release the hesitancies and the distaste that perhaps some of us have to building the systems and structures, the foundations, the rhythms, the walls, the scaffolding that can hold our energy physically, hold our relationships, our businesses strongly so that inside them we can have that flow, we can have that presence. There's this phrase that I hate. I hated it at first. It said, slow down to speed up. And I was like, what does that even mean? And as I've learned to embody that phrase, I was like, oh, it's the beingness first, because the presence piece is from stillness, slow, unhurried action of creation, and then the doing takes place from that. And when we're not hurrying, when we're not rushing, when we are in flow, things happen with so much more ease and grace. So this entire experience over the month of July is bringing us into deeper mastery of the energy, the energetic flows, and deeper connection and communion with everything that is. There's a lot of opportunities to prep yourself for the continued acceleration, to really support yourself through all of this here. And if you find yourself in the rush, 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 go, 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 gotta do, and the pressure and the things, you have to pause, breathe. And yes, there are certain emergency outside circumstances that require that, but most of the time, it's an internal pressure or something that was external that you've internalized. If you're an adult and you're watching this, you're probably putting all that pressure on yourself. So this is your invitation to create a new experience. The new paradigm is not rushing and pushing and forcing and fighting. It is flow. And you can choose that now. But you need to support yourself enough with those structures and systems in order to do that. So we get to go slow to go fast. We get to be in the flow. We get to be present. We get to be an example of what all of that looks like. And we can stop deserting ourselves by speeding everything up and focusing on the outside first and coming into this divine connection, frequency of love that we find when we slow down enough. If we've done that healing work, if we've done the clearing, if we've done the trauma release, can you love yourself enough to slow down into the present moment and gift yourself that? And if there is resistance to it, then the work is to do whatever is required so that you can. So there is continued healing that is required. There is continued dissolving of old systems and structures and belief systems and programs. There is continued, unbinding of all that was, that old paradigm stuff. There's healing of trauma. There's so much that we still get to do, but also so much magic that is possible on the other side of it. And this creation magic is accessible to us at a higher degree now when we do this work, when we do all of this. And so some people are going to continue to have more and more difficulty with the energy. I want you to choose as much as you can consciously the ease and the flow that comes with the presence, that comes with creating the structures and the systems. So I want to give you an elemental reading for what it is that you're creating over this next month. And this is coming through the 5 elements representing our entire unified field and inner world. So I also have a visitor home with me. Charlie, just stay off screen if you don't mind. I can't give you my phone right now, but you can send some love from there and listen, okay? Love you. So we are going on a road trip soon. She is waiting for me to finish my workday so we can head out and do some adventuring. But in order to be able to access this, I'm going to pull through these elements what you can focus on specifically. And Charlie is helping with this actually. So in the emotional realm, what will support you the most is having some freaking fun with it. The inner child card is coming up a whole lot these days, and this is uh, her way of reminding us all that yes, there is fun available. So we're not talking the wounded inner child, heal them if necessary, do whatever you need. But the rainbow star child, who is full of desire for creation, freedom, liberation, who's not worried about what it looks like, but rather is just wanting to express their soul energy. So this is your reminder to have some freaking fun with it. Oh, thank you, Vanna. So now in the spirit place, it is the personal divinity access that you have through the inner child, through the fun. So everything that we've been talking about is for you to be re-empowered to connect with your personal divinity, and your divinity is your potency, it's your creation capacity, it is your magic, your essence, your truth, it's who you actually are. And so everything that we're doing here is tapping into power that is held when you access this. And my love, thank you for helping me with all of this. Can you grab a physical card, which is the earth realm? What do we need to focus on in that physical structure with the foundation and everything? Sounds cool. The organic timing piece. And this is your reminder that things happen in their own organic time here on earth. That's why we need to put the foundation in. This is so reflective of it. It takes a bit of time. It takes the physical process of planting the seed and nurturing it with the resources it needs to let it grow. So if you are looking for instantaneous results, it's not going to happen. We need to do the whole process. We need to let things grow. We need to trust the process of being here on earth and knowing that like it will come if you give it the resources and allow it to mature on its own. So again, the foundation building is so key. Now, darling, I need one from the air realm here, the mental realm. How can we support ourselves with the mental realm, the thoughts, the focus, the intention?
It's really cool.
This one looks cool, amazing. Perfect. So a reminder for you to call on your etheric allies. You don't have to do any of this alone. All of this is co-creation, right? There is one final card that I'm gonna get her to pull as well. So this is fun. I wasn't expecting uh, a guest this morning, but even better. So our etheric allies are the luminous team. Call upon the luminous team to support you. And then finally, you gotta rock the creativity. This
Next one is really
this is the next one, the really good one, creativity. So as I'm saying, after the healing, when you create the foundations, you step into your creator beingness. And so creation is creativity. So you get to do this with so much joy when you activate the power of the inner child, your personal divinity, like just feel those 3 here, right? Your personal divinity, your inner child, and creativity. It's like creation magic on steroids. This is where it gets to be really, really fun, especially when you call in again those etheric allies to bring you even more support beyond what you might see in the human realms, and trust the organic timing. Things do take time, even great art. So all of this being said, I want to say that we have got this. You don't have to worry about the intensity of the energy if you slow down and support yourself through all of this. So, if you're wanting to connect in more deeply to the possibilities of creation magic, if you are a new earth leader, healer, teacher, someone that's really here to share your light and help the world really tap into all of the magic that is already available to us, I want to invite you to join me at the New Earth Healers seminar I'm doing on July 18th, where we're going to talk about the potent possibilities of what we can create now and what our next steps get to be to accelerate everything. And you have got one bonus card. I'll leave the link for the seminar below. I'd love for you to register. If you can't make it live, there will be a replay, but we're going to talk about that creation magic and what is possible for us now. And I just want to invite you to move the energy. Move the energy. Fire is the action realm. Without movement, there is stagnation. Stagnation leads to decay and death. So letting that energy flow through you, moving your body, moving the energy so that you can actually, create. This is also going to serve you well. So Charlie, thank you so much for the card so that we're perfectly aligned and so divine because they always are with this deck. And I will wish you a beautiful rest of your month. Thank you so much, and we will connect soon.